Good morning, happy Thursday, and happy Thanksgiving. This is the 25th day of November, Thanksgiving Day. Shout out to everybody on this holiday. And I'm calling the audible. If you watched well, you might have seen that I was planning to go live, but there's already a lot going on with the family, so I just decided to pop in, do a quick episode early, and pre-record it, post it, get it done because there's a lot going on, and it might be a little bit distracting. So that's what I'm doing. I'm popping in to do a quick pre-recorded show. Hope everybody catches it. If you don't catch it, I hope you catch the replay. Okay, so today, as I say, is the 25th day of November. This is the 44th episode of the Be Your Own Hero show. Hero is an acronym. It means helping everyone reaps optimism. Sidebar, one of my family members last night asked me if it was an acronym. And I was like, it's so interesting that I feel like I've literally been talking about it every day for 178 days at least. It's so interesting how there's still pockets of folks that are like, okay, so what are you doing again? So I have to remember to always treat it as if it's brand new. So that said, this is my effort to uplift, inspire, and empower the unhoused community. It has become something that's called the Hero Ministry Movement, and it's been something that I've been doing for a little over a year now. The charity run is the latest extension of the Hero Ministry Movement. I am on day 178, which means I've been running every day, at least a mile a day, for 178 days in a row. I am over 480 miles. So ticking on down to my goal of 500 miles, also ticking on down to my goal of $5,000 raised. 500 miles run, $5,000 raised. So that said, the 10 for 10 challenge has been going really well. Last time I announced an amount, I think I said we were down to $1,200 left. Now we're down to $1,000 left. $1,000 left. Like we've come so far. So whatever you guys are doing is working. So keep it up. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. So again, the 10 for 10 challenge is I'm asking 10 people to donate $10. You can do the same. You can ask your circle to donate $10. It's an easy amount, and people can know that they are helping multiple nonprofits that work with the unhoused community with one donation. And that's also very helpful and effective. Okay, so I'm excited about the fact that we're getting so close. That said, I've been doing this profile series of the Fabulous Five. That's what I'm calling them now, the five nonprofits that have been active and engaged with the charity run, who appreciate what it is and the fact for me that I can raise money for them as well as what raise awareness for them has been what has kept me going. So I've done Project Love Strong and Nashville Launchpad. And then yesterday, sorry, the days are blurring together. Oh, I did Ramona Curtis from Unhoused St. Louis. So today we're doing In God's Hand. I met In God's Hand, Lisa Sutton, through Project Love Strong. They're also based in Nashville. And I'll just add them to the show and let you hear from her about what her nonprofit does and how they move. Just a quick reminder, she was interviewed by Rev Mel on her show, Living Life in Joy. And here we go.
This is how I typically go out. Mm-hmm. I go out as just a regular, this is me, I try to make them as comfortable around me as possible. I don't wear jewelry. And it's not because they're going to steal it.
Right.
I dress like this because it makes them comfortable. I become one of them.
Yeah.
I now fit into their life.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make them fit into mine.
Yeah.
And so when they look at me, they look up and down. And they're like, okay. And they come and they're more welcoming. You're welcomed more when you're not trying to be like, I'm better than you. Yeah. I'm not. I am no better than you. In any instant, my situation can be your situation.
Yes.
This is how I typically.
Yeah, so I was so impressed with Lisa, in her ability to connect with the unhoused. Like she had them laughing and she was joking with them, and many of them knew her name. It's the coffee drop. Shout out to Dad for the coffee drop. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And so yeah, she's has been able to create a community within that community because she's been so accessible, not just in terms of what she does. She cooks food, by the way, and gives it to them every day after her real job, after her 9 to 5. So not just in terms of her food and her cooking, but also in terms of the way she presents herself. Like as you just heard her say, she presents herself as one of them, and doesn't try to put on airs, like deliberately dresses down to not put on airs and make herself more accessible. And I saw how effective that was when she was interacting with them. So she is still my goal. She's my model, my mentor in terms of how to interact with the unhoused. Like sometimes I still feel a little off balance. But anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. Lisa Sutton is the founder of In God's Hand. Please reach out to them. You can find them on social media. You can make donations. First Baptist Church, Capitol Hill, just made a donation to In God's Hands, in God's Hand, and they were connected to In God's Hand through me. So I'm grateful to be the conduit to connecting these fabulous 5 nonprofits. So please, please, please look them all up. Look up Project Love Strong. Look up Nashville Launchpad. Look up In God's Hand. Look up Unhoused St. Louis, and we got one more to talk about tomorrow on Friday. Okay, so all that said, let's just do a really quick thing about the money. Here we go. Here's the affirmation. I am so happy and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life. I am so happy and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life. And actually, let me back up because I forgot to do something. I forgot to do the backpack drop story. So someone asked in the chat yesterday if I'm keeping track of these stories. Yes, I've written them all down, and I'm actually tracking them by day. Like, so on run day 120, let's say, this happened. And on run day 98, this happened. So that's the way I've been tracking them. So it doesn't look like I have them written down because when I talk to you on the show, I'm just remembering what I wrote down, but I do have them written down. And whoever said that, I'm sorry, I forget who gave me that suggestion. They said that it could be a book, and I'm thinking about it that way too, that it could definitely be a book of stories of these interactions that I've had with the unhoused. By the way, that coffee smells delicious. Wow, it smells great. That makes good coffee. Anyway, so here's my backpack drop story for today. I've told this one before in my run stories. I don't know if you guys watch the run stories, but I post a run story every single day that I run on social media. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Same run story. So I talked about it there. I'm not sure if I talked about it here, but I went running and I found some shoes in the giveaway area of my building on my way out to run. It were sneakers. So I grabbed those. I was like, this will be good for somebody. And almost immediately I ran into a gentleman who was digging in the trash, and he was barefoot, and it was a rainy day. And so I tried to give him the shoes, and he kept saying, it's good. And I didn't know how to interpret that. He kept saying, it's good. Every time I'd ask him a question, he would say, it's good. But he never made any overtures to getting the shoes. And he was walking away from me. So I wasn't sure. I didn't want to press it. But I thought it would have been perfect. I mean, I don't know what his shoe size was, but I thought there was divine order. Anyway, at the end of that same run, I saw an unhoused man in an area where I've seen him before, and I offered him the shoes, and he was very gracious. And I haven't seen him again, so I don't know if they fit and if it worked out, but I was grateful that the universe put these shoes in my path so that I could give them away. I felt like that was really cool synergy. Okay, so that said, yeah, stay tuned for the possible book about these backpack drops. Anyway, we've just done the affirmation. I am so happy and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life. And let me just go straight to the questions because I got some questions in the chat yesterday. So questions and comments. So one of the comments was that cryptocurrencies, many of them will become worthless because there's so many of them. And this is very true. Same thing with NFTs, which is why I've been suggesting more and more to follow the smart money instead of trying to figure out which NFT to buy and which cryptocurrency to buy, to invest in the companies that are investing in this space. So these companies seem to be the same companies, like, Meta, which used to be Facebook, for example, is invested heavily kind of across the board. And so is Microsoft. And there are some other companies that seem to be invested in, what did I call it yesterday? The Planet Crypto. So there seem to be some entities that are investing heavily into Planet Crypto already. And so all we need to do in terms of gaining exposure to that world, but also keeping our money relatively safe, is invest, i.e. buy stock in the companies that are publicly traded that are already in the space. So I think that's the smartest play. And I wanted to show Steph Curry's thing, but I think you get the point. He's got a number of NFTs. Some of them have risen in value and some of them have fallen in value. So you don't want to spend a lot of money on NFT and have it fall in value. So again, I think the smart play is to invest in the companies that are investing in this space. That said, shout out to my cousin, Dana. He and I spoke extensively last night about NFTs. We were both so excited to discover that the other one was also into NFTs and cryptocurrency and, well, mainly NFTs. So we talked about NFTs much longer than other people could pay attention last night. So that was fun. And it was fun to think about how to move in the world of NFTs with the suggestion of someone else, like, to have some feedback and to chat about these things. So anyway, that was very cool. So other comments from the chat yesterday. Someone said that they use debt as gratitude. In other words, whenever they pay a bill, they make a gratitude play. They say, I'm grateful for the ability to being able to pay this bill, which is fantastic. That was something I was doing a while ago and I lost track of it. So thank you for the reminder. Express gratitude for being able to pay the bill. And I don't know if you can hear it, but the family stuff is starting to kick up. So I'm gonna wrap this short, even shorter than I thought. I got a question yesterday in the chat about, is the tax higher than the interest? I'm not sure what that's referring to because I tend to read the comments at the end of the show. So if you're going to put a comment in, just give a fuller explanation of what I was saying so that I can refer back to it. I would love to answer the question. Okay, so I think that's it. That's going to be it for today. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your family. Check out the resources. If you don't check out the resources, at least go to YouTube and type NFT and then do a search and watch 1 or 2 videos that come up. Just 1 or 2. Just get familiar with this crypto planet, cryptocurrency, NFTs, and the metaverse. Maybe choose one of those 3 things and watch 1 YouTube video about it. Whether you like the video or not, just get yourself familiar with it, because the only way that I see to be a smart investor in this space is to know more about the space, to understand the space. So lean into it a little bit, spend some time doing that as you celebrate with your family. And I am going to close on out so that I can find out what's happening in the other room over there. So be a hero, keep doing, be your own hero. Remember that now is better than perfect, and enjoy your day with your family. Later.